Hello students, in this video we are going to discuss about hydrides. Hydrides are nothing but the compound of hydrogen with the other element, that is a binary compound. How we define the hydrides? Dihydrogen under the certain reaction conditions combine with almost all the elements except noble gases to form binary compounds called as hydride. That is, let us take one example, that is water. Water is an hydride of oxygen. That means the hydrogen is combining with oxygen to form H2O. CH4 is a hydride. NaH is a hydride. So hydride is nothing but a combination of hydrogen with any other element. That is a binary compounds are called as hydrides. Hydrides are generally represented as EHX, where is the other element, and H, and the number of H is represented here as X. When we take the case of different elements in the periodic table, it forms a hydride, that is a combination of hydrogen with the other element. That is the first group element: lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium. In all these cases, you can see a similar pattern of formulas are here, because here these having a single positive charge, that is single positive charge, and hydrogen have a negative charge. So the formula is actually LiH here. So you can see the similar pattern of formulas for these, that is LiH, NaH, KH, RBH, CSH. When we take the case of second group element, in second group element, that it have the oxidation state here, it is +2, and for hydrogen it is -1. So what will be the formed? It form a compound that is BeH2. Just cross multiply it, as you have learnt already, BeH2. So here the general formula we can write it as MH2, or M instead of M we can say EH2. Here it is taken E, so EH2. So the formula for the hydride with the second group element, the general formula is EH2. So that's why you can see the formula BeH2, MgH2, CaH2, SrH2, BaH2. Next, for the other cases also it is given here. So these are the very most important compounds of hydrogen with the other element, and that is the binary compound. That means the compound which is made up of hydrogen and with the another element only. So the hydrogen usually combines with almost all the elements except the noble gases. That's why you can see here there is no formula is written here, that is in the 18th group, that is the noble gases. Hydrogen does not react with noble gases, but it reacts with nearly all the elements in the periodic table. Hydrides are classified into three types, that is saline or ionic hydride. Next is the metallic or interstitial hydride, and the third one is molecular or covalent hydride. Here these we need to discuss in detail. First, that is saline hydride. Stoichiometric compounds of dihydrogen formed with most of the S block elements, which are highly electropositive in character. So the combination of hydrogen with the S block elements, like we can take sodium is a S block element. So the combination of these two, that is NaH. This hydride is sodium hydride. So it is actually here this element which is having highly electropositive in character, that is Na, and its combination with hydrogen, that is called as saline hydride, which is also called as ionic hydride. So saline hydride is actually the combination of hydrogen with the S block elements. S block elements, that is group 1 group 1 and group 2 elements. It's a combination of hydrogen and S block element, and here these S block elements are highly electropositive in character. So the hydrides which is formed here, that is called as saline hydride, which is also called as ionic hydrides. They are in crystalline nature, they are non-volatile and non-conducting in the solid state. So these are the important properties which is given for saline hydride. Better you write it in the point wise. That is, first property is ionic hydrides are crystalline. Next point, it is non-volatile, and next point is it is a non-conducting in the solid state. But when it's melted, that is, they melt, conduct electricity, and on electrolysis liberate dihydrogen gas at anode. So here in the melting form, that is in the molten state, it can conduct electricity. So the 4 points or 4 properties it is clear from here. That is, it is having crystalline nature, non-volatile, non-conducting in the solid state, but they are conducting in the molten state. And even in the during the process of electrolysis, it liberates hydrogen gas at anode. Saline hydride react violently with hydrogen producing hydrogen gas. That is, reaction is given here. Sodium hydride, that is a saline hydride, react with water, and this reaction is very violently takes place, and it results in the formation of a gas that is called as dihydrogen gas is formed. So here we have discussed what is saline hydride, or we can call it as ionic hydride. That is, a saline hydride or ionic hydride is the combination of hydrogen and S block element. S block element, that is a group 1 and group 2 elements. When it's combined with hydrogen, then it is called as saline hydride, and its properties are given here, and the reaction of the saline hydride with water is also given here. So when you look at the periodic table that we have already discussed for the hydrides, in this you can see these are actually the S block elements, its combination with hydrogen. So these are called as a saline hydride or ionic hydride. So next we are going to discuss about molecular hydride. Dihydrogen forms molecular compounds with most of the P block elements. So most familiar examples are CH4, NH3, H2O and HF. So the previous type of hydride which we have discussed, that is saline, that is a combination of hydrogen and S block element. But when the hydrogen is combined with P block elements, usually all the P block elements combine with hydrogen except noble gases. So that combination is called as molecular hydride. Take one example here, that is hydrogen when it is react with oxygen. Here oxygen is a member of P block element, and what is this combination result? It's result in the formula, that is H2O. So H2O is a hydride of oxygen. It is a hydride of oxygen, that is commonly we call it as a water. So this is actually which type of hydride? It is a molecular hydrides, because here the bonding is actually covalent bonding is taking place between the hydrogen and oxygen. So it is called as molecular hydride, and this is also called as a covalent hydride. Why? Because there is a covalent bond formation between the atoms, therefore it is called as covalent hydride, or it is also called as molecular hydride. Similarly, when we take an example of a combination of hydrogen with the halogen like fluorine, it is also a member of P block element. So this combination leads to the hydride, that is HF, that is hydride of fluorine. So here also there is a bonding, that is covalent bonding is taking place between these two. Therefore it is called as covalent hydride. These can be further classified depending upon the relative number of electrons and the bond in their Lewis structure. It is classified as electron deficient, electron precise, electron rich hydrides. So depending upon the number of electrons available in its Lewis structure, if the electron is deficient, then this is type is called as electron deficient molecular hydride. If there is a electron rich, then it is called as electron rich hydride, and if the electron is precise, then it is called as electron precise hydride. Let us take some examples for electron rich, electron precise and electron deficient hydrides. When we take the case of the elements of same period, like we are taking the example boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine. So let us make the hydrides of these: boron BH3, carbon CHF4, NH3, H2O and HF. So here BH3, when you make the Lewis structure for BH3, that is BH3, when we make the Lewis structure, it is seen that there is a incomplete octet. That means if I make it separately here, BH3, as we have learned that this is one of the example for the limitation of Lewis structure. Here the central atom is not satisfied because the octet is not complete. So here there is a deficiency of electron, because here the octet is not complete, so we can say that it is an electron deficient species. So this type of hydride are called as electron deficient. So this is an example. BH3 is an example of electron deficient hydride. Electron precise. Let us take one example. Methane CH4. CH4, it is an hydride of carbon. Here when you take the case of this, the central atom is satisfied here because the octet is complete here. That means here whatever the electron is there, all the electron are used up in forming the bond and the octet is complete. So that's why it is called as the electron sufficient species. That means electron is not in excess and electron is not in deficient one. So this is called as electron precise. So such hydrides are called as electron precise. So CH4 is an example of electron precise. But there are some examples like water. In water, this is an hydride of oxygen. Here there are two lone pairs are there. So two lone pairs are there. That means that these electrons are not using in the formation of bond. That's why this species is called as electron rich, because the lone pairs are present. Therefore this is called as electron rich hydrides. Similarly, we have an example of ammonia. In ammonia also there is a single lone pair. So the presence of lone pair, we can say that it is electron rich hydride. And similarly HF. In HF, fluorine have 3 lone pairs with it. So 3 lone pairs, presence of 3 lone pairs shows that it is also electron rich hydride. So when we take the case of periodic table, as we have already made the periodic table with the hydrides, so here we can see that the group 13 members usually are electron deficient hydrides. They form electron deficient. Group 14 members, they form electron precise hydride, and group 15, 16 and 17. These three groups forms which type of hydride? That is electron excess, that is electron rich hydrides are formed. So Here we have discussed about the three types of molecular hydride, that is electron deficient, electron precise, electron rich hydrides. The next type of hydride is metallic hydride. These hydrides are generally formed by D block element and F block element. So which group of D blocks are involved in this? That is third group, fourth group, fifth group of D block elements, and chromium from the sixth group, and the F block elements. So these elements forms hydrides, that is called as metallic hydride. But the elements of group 7, 8 and 9 that you can see here, which is shown in white color here, the group 7, 8 and 9. These are the D block elements which does not form hydride at all. That means the elements of 7, 8 and 9 of D block elements do not form hydrides at all. This inability of metal of group 7, 8 and 9 of the periodic table to form hydrides is referred as a hydride gap of D block element. It is one of the important definition. What is hydride gap? That is from the D block 7, 8 and 9 elements does not form hydride. Therefore, it is called as hydride gap of D block elements. Let us take some examples of metallic hydride which is given in the textbook. These are the examples of metallic hydride. When you look at the formula which is given here, that is TiH 1.5 to 1.8. Here the number of H is in the decimal point and its values varies from 1.5 to 1.8. That means these compounds are non-stoichiometric compounds. That means where the composition is not fixed. So these compounds are non-stoichiometric because their composition varies from temperature and pressure. That's why you can find the values are in the decimal point here, as it is shown in the different examples which is given here. So similarly, the hydride of F block element, that is also a metallic hydride which is also non-stoichiometric interstitial hydride, like LaH 2.87. Here also we can see that decimal points are there. So these are the examples of metallic hydride. Metallic hydride can be used as a hydrogen storage, like some metals, example platinum, palladium, can accommodate a very large volume of hydrogen. As you can see here in these metals, the hydrogen which is shown here, it is accommodating, accommodate a very large volume of hydrogen here. That's why we can call it is an used, it's a storage media. It can be used as its storage media. This property has a potential for hydrogen storage and as a source of energy. So this is also one of the speciality of these that some metals like platinum and palladium, it can accommodate a very large volume of hydrogen in it. Therefore, it is used as its storage media. Because of this only, it is used as a storage media, and this property has high potential for hydrogen storage. That is important here. Hydrogen storage and a source of energy. So these we have discussed about the case of metallic hydride. So when we take the case of periodic table and the different type of hydride we have learnt, that is saline hydride, molecular hydride and metallic hydride. So saline hydride is formed by the hydrogen with the S block element. Metallic is formed by the combination of hydrogen with the D or F block element, and molecular hydride is formed when a hydrogen is combined with a p block element. So that can be very easily seen in this example. Like s block elements, they are more electropositive in nature, so therefore it forms a which type of hydride? It forms a saline hydride. And the d block element usually form which type of hydride? That is metallic hydride. And we have learned that in metallic hydride the group 7, 8 and 9 elements does not form the hydride, that is called as hydride gap. So that is represented the metallic hydride in blue color. So these elements can form metallic hydride, which is shown in the blue color. And the p block elements form the type of hydride, that is molecular hydride. So here the yellow color is representing the molecular hydride. And we know that the noble gases does not forms hydride because hydrogen can combine with nearly all the element except noble gases. So it does not form hydride or the compound with hydrogen noble gases. Other all can form. So that is shown in this periodic table. So just summarized this type of hydride: saline or ionic hydride, that is a combination of hydrogen with s block element; metallic hydride or the interstitial hydride, that is the combination or the binary compound of hydrogen with d or f block element, which is a non-stoichiometric interstitial hydride. And when the hydrogen is combined with p block element, then it is formed a molecular or covalent type of hydride. So in this video we have discussed the three types of hydride, that is saline, metallic and molecular halide. Molecular halides we have further classified into three types, that is electron rich, electron precise and electron deficient hydride. So these are the very most important part for the examination purpose. Usually question will be asked on this area. Usually the short note is to be made on this part. So this is all about this video. Have a nice day.